Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's Alex here. I just wanted to thank you guys so much for coming and supporting my video. Just doing a little introduction here before all these videos, and I just wanted to really show my appreciation for you guys coming onto the channel. It really means a lot, and I just really hope that you guys drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And without further ado, I'm not going to hold you any longer. Thank you again, and let's click to the video. What is going on, guys? Today we are continuing this series with the safeties. I know you guys haven't been too interested with the series so far, so I'm just going to be posting the rest of these and then we'll get back on track. If you guys do want to see something, please leave a comment down below. It's always appreciated. I want to post stuff that you guys want as well as that I want to do. Without further ado, we just hit 29 subs, which is absolutely awesome. I don't really understand how it got like 2 views on one video and then it added an extra sub, so whoever that 29th was, thank you so much. I mean, we're just continuing to roll. Goal 30, then 35, then 40. It just continues going up. So appreciate it. Let's start off with my number 1 safety, Javon Holland. If you want an in-depth analysis on this guy, go to the first round mock, or not first round mock, first round big board analysis. So like I had in-depth analysis on all those dudes. It was a 27-minute video. So look at him over there. But he has corner abilities and is extremely athletic. Prime play for me was on one play. I saw him go like literally flat. His entire body was flat. He was literally hovering midair. Full extension, arm straight out, and his hand just tipped the ball. It was just insane body awareness, and it was absolutely amazing seeing him perfectly time that. And for me, that sold him on being a first-round prospect. But then I just started seeing him do corner type stuff, and then he can get a little bit better in the run game, but I'm far from displeased with him. He slips up here and there, but that's what every football player does. Overall, he's an amazing talent, and I think that he should be taken very highly. Next, we're going to Andre Cisco out of Syracuse. Got to watch more tape on this guy, but he's been hyped up by a lot of NFL analysts, and Andre Cisco is the only really defensive player on Syracuse that I like at the moment, from what I've seen. And he's just a solid safety overall, somebody who can, he's kind of more of like a Swiss Army knife type stuff, so I want to watch some more of him. Obviously, I'm still watching a lot more of football right now, and I still have a lot more to watch until the season starts, so keep posted. But Andre Cisco, really talented safety out of Syracuse. He has a very bright future. I might even be lower on him than most people. So going to the next one, Cyril Dean. I probably butchered that, but this is a guy who his position is far from solidified. Let's just put it that way. He's super solid. You know, he has a great frame, 6'4", and he has coverage ability. He has the ability to play in the run game, but I haven't really seen that consistency from him. I think he's the best Florida State secondary player by far. And I think that the more Florida State that I watch, the more I'll like him. Because right now I looked at Asante Samuel Jr. and I saw him get lost on a few plays. But Cyril Dean doesn't do that bad of a job at all. So, I mean, second round prospect, they have to be a really damn good player to be up at this high. So, really good talent. I know I'm saying so 55 times a minute, but this guy has a shit ton of potential. He got the frame. He has some coverage ability. He can play the run game. Obviously, he just has to clean some things up. Going up to the next guy, my number 4 is Cadence Stearns out of Texas. I mean, I hate Texas, so for all you Texas fans there, eat it. But you guys are going to get some love on this list. Cadence Stearns is somebody who he pops off on tape. He's really athletic. I like his ball tracking skills. He's really fun to watch. We'll see in a second another Texas safety that is even more fun to watch just because of his big hit highlight tapes. But Cadence Stearns is a great overall safety, and I think he could be even moving up this list the more I watch. Going to the next guy, here we go. B.J. Foster out of Texas. This guy I'm way higher on than TDN is, and I think that most people are. But this guy is just a bruiser. This guy is an absolute tank when it comes to hitting. He's going to be a major asset in the run game. Somebody who's going to be making these running backs think twice about cutting up towards the safeties and thinking that they have a free shot at breaking a tackle, because this dude lays the wood. and I'm sure that every single wide receiver that goes over the middle of the field will fear this guy. Now, he's not that high, like number 68 overall, simply because he's not the greatest coverage guy in the world. He's just a monster hitter, and you can't obviously have just hitting ability anymore in the NFL. But I think he's pretty much an on-sale version of Jamal Adams, like just a bit worse and everything. So, I mean, if you get to pick up BJ Foster in like the third round, I mean, I wouldn't be complaining. So, I really like him a lot. I think he's great. But we are going to continue on to my sixth guy, Trayvon Moore out of TCU. This is basically Mel Kiper's doing here. But I originally had Darius Washington above him just because he's more twitchy. But Moore has the 6'2 frame, more of a bruiser type, but has the coverage ability that is great. PFF ranked Moore and Darius Washington both as the two highest graded safeties in college football last year, which is pretty freaking like incredible. It's like you just don't hear about that. Obviously, I need to watch more tape on these guys. That's why they're this far down. But I'm obviously way higher on Moore than TDN is. And these guys, they have the power, they have the coverage ability, and I'm very excited to see more of these guys, especially this year. So, continuing, we have Richard LeCount III out of Georgia. Heard first-round buzz on this guy. I honestly haven't seen really anything from him pop off on tape in the Georgia games I've watched. So I'm basically using his reputation as the only reason that he's actually up in like the third round range. So, I mean, I got to see how he does this year because he did not pop off on tape to me. Honestly, he hasn't. This Georgia secondary really hasn't popped off on tape whatsoever to me. Regardless, next I'm going Jacoby Stephens out of LSU. Tongue twister. Jacoby Stephens, another guy I'm much higher on. It's like he just pops off on tape and makes plays. I mean, he's not going to be like a bona fide type of guy like a Malik Hooker, Jamal Adams, Derwin James, but he's somebody like what I have him mid to third, like someone you can pick up in the mid third and fill a need, and he can definitely last there for a couple years, hold his own. Very talented in safety, I think, out of LSU, and they have amazing coaches, so you already know that he has really good discipline coming out of LSU. I mean, they're able to like discipline some of the most wily dudes on the field, and that's honestly amazing seeing like the type of talent, the type of attitudes that they have there. They're able to still win, even though like we obviously saw with like Baker Mayfield and the Browns, how all those attitudes, as well as a shitty head coach, kind of didn't lead to the perfect mix that we thought it would. And it's kind of interesting how LSU is able to rile everybody together, even though they're so different. So continuing, our Darius Washington guy I just talked about, super twitchy, much smaller. Kind of interesting how like they're 1 and 2, but they're completely opposite. Because like one's 6'2", more of a bruiser, one of them's 5'10", much more twitchy and fast. But yeah, I need to watch more Darius Washington. I think these guys could jump Stearns and Foster, maybe. I don't even know. I think this is a pretty good safety class. Nothing too top heavy. It's much more depth based. But I mean, obviously you have Javon Holland, but apart from that, you don't really have too much in the exciting first round topic right now. But whatever. I mean, this is a good class. This is a good class for safeties. So I like these guys. Continuing on, Richie Grant, UCF, type of guy who's much more of a stat stuffer than anything. I don't know, like it's weird because he doesn't really pop off on tape the way that like most guys do with like extreme athleticism or coverage ability. He just kind of is mediocre all around, but he gets the job done. So I'm a little bit confused. So I'm gonna put him here in like the fourth or like late third with compensatory picks. But definitely know that is a tentative position right there. It's very much up to change. This is a guy who I have no idea where the hell to put this guy. I've heard literally first round talk about this safety, and then I've heard talk of him in like the sixth. So, Hufanga, I mean, I'm sure you guys probably just tune in. You guys probably aren't even going to watch this part, but you guys probably just tune in to hear me mispronounce names at this point. But need to watch tape on this guy. Gonna be honest, I've watched USC tape. I've not seen him at all. So, I'm a little bit surprised that I haven't and that he's so widely renowned, but similar to Richard LeCount, it's like his reputation that's keeping him here. Going next, Paris Ford, somebody who I really like. He's kind of a shittier BJ Foster. This is a guy who, if we were to talk about him in Madden, he would have undisciplined when it comes to like penalties. This dude gets like ejected so often. That's how I found out about this guy in the first place. This dude just lays the wood and then gets targeting calls. So, literally just a worse BJ Foster. I think that if you want a bruiser in your backfield, and he pretty damn good value for the pick that he's at right now. Could move up. I gotta watch more tape on Pitt, just because there's not that much Pitt tape out there that it's really interesting for me. But obviously, the more time I have, the more I'll be looking at every single one of these dudes, and we'll see how Paris Ford fares. He could fall. He could just be crap and just have some highlights. So we'll see. Next, only reputation. I have no idea who the hell Colby Harville Peel is. He was like the 89th player on TDN, and it's like I can't give him that much of a disrespect. Never popped off on tape at all to me when I watched Oklahoma State. So highly suspect, but can't really like go too off on him. Quentin Lake, again, I know that there's honestly, this is another thing where it was basically up to reputation. I've heard some good things about Quentin Lake, but honestly, there's not enough out there. I need to watch tape on this guy. UCLA tape I've watched hasn't shown this guy really doing much, so obviously got to see how that goes. When PFF comes out with like their board and stuff, I might buy the premium version of them, but we'll see. Todd Harris, literally just because LSU. Honestly, just because LSU. They had him higher than Jacoby Stephens, though, which is kind of weird because I've seen Jacoby Stephens pop off, but not Todd Harris. We'll see. Xavier Henderson, honestly, he was A, rated a lot higher, but B, Michigan State, I really like their DB core. I don't know. Next, Leon O'Neal Jr., Tamu. I'm pretty sure all these guys here are just guys that they had ranked in like the 140s that I just felt bad for leaving out at this point. I honestly am very, like, I've read every single person's profile, and these guys are not really up there, so I don't really know that much about them. But still, I mean, obviously, as more time goes on, I'll hopefully see some plays from these guys, and if I don't, then they don't belong on here, you know? So, that is the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, this is not the most exciting thing, as I can tell, because it's not very engaging with you guys. But this will be over very soon. I'm just going to do the linebackers in the edge class. I might not even do the edge class, for Christ's sake. I probably will just do the linebackers, just to get the skill positions out of the way. But let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the far side. Peace.